everybody. It's Miss Jo coming at you from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Today is Tuesday, April the 28th, and today I'd like to continue on from yesterday a little bit, talking about big feelings. And big feelings are those feelings that we get that really interrupt us and make us feel a lot of different feelings. So a lot of times a big feeling is what you're showing on the outside, but underneath your big feeling, sometimes there's a lot of other feelings, but the only one people really see is that big one on the outside. So we're going to talk about that big feeling we call anger, because that's a big one that makes people upset with us sometimes. It makes people, so I'm just writing the feeling on a piece of paper, anger. So anger is the thing that it's all on the outside and it's what people see. They might see you yelling, they might see you stomping your feet, they might see you saying mean words. But when we take anger and break it down, usually there's other feelings underneath that might make it a little bit easier for people to understand. When people are angry, a lot of times other people just kind of don't go near them, don't try to help them. They just say, oh, they're just angry. But sometimes a bunch of other feelings are under there, and we're going to talk a bit about that. So let's say that the thing that you're angry about is that your friend was supposed to play with you at recess time. You had made plans to play together. And even though you were supposed to play together, you go out at recess time and your friend says, oh no, I'm already playing with somebody else. I'm going to play with somebody else. And you get angry and you might do something that isn't expected, or something that's very unexpected. Maybe you push your friend or hit your friend, or you say something really mean and hurtful. And if you stop for a moment and think about what it was that, what's underneath that anger, there's probably a good chance that really your feelings are hurt. So underneath that anger is hurt. So if we are feeling hurt, we might need something other than people just dismissing us and saying, oh, they're just mad. You definitely won't stop being angry because you've been punished, or someone gets mad at you and gets angry back at you, gets mad at you, and sends you inside for a detention. That doesn't, or for a quiet reflection we have at our school. So that might not stop you from being angry. Then you might be angry as well at the person who sent you in there. But if you could, instead of saying, I'm mad, if you could recognize that underneath the anger, so the anger's right here, but underneath it, there's hurt. And what else might be underneath that? So there's hurt underneath there. If your friend was supposed to play with you and now they're not going to, then there's a good chance that you're probably feeling disappointed. So when we're feeling disappointed is something that we feel when we expected something to go our way, or we expected something good to happen and then it doesn't. So you might have been expecting that your friend was going to play with you at recess time and it doesn't happen. You're actually disappointed and hurt. But that's all underneath what people see. And what people see is, whoops, upside down. What people see is the anger, not the disappointment and the hurt. But those things are still actually there. They're just underneath it. What other feelings might you have? You might have been, maybe you're really, really sad. You're really sad because you were supposed to play with your friend, and now you can't play with them because they have somebody else to play with. And we have to respect when somebody chooses to play with somebody else. People will play with us sometimes. Our friends can still be our friends and not play with us every single time. And it's okay to be sad about that, but it's not okay to get upset and to hurt somebody. So sometimes underneath all that anger, what we see is anger, but really beneath it, we've got sadness and disappointment, and we've got hurt all underneath that. And do people act the same toward us if we're angry as they do if we're hurt and sad and disappointed? No, they don't. When we're angry, people act differently towards us. They react differently toward us. So underneath all that, we have to figure out what our real feelings are. So the first thing you might feel might be, I'm so angry. But before you react and do something that can get you in trouble and make people not understand that big feeling that you're having, take a deep breath. Use some of our skills that we learned before. Do your 5-finger breathing. Count to 10. Take a little walk. Step away and stop and think, I'm showing people I'm angry, but what's really underneath this? What am I really feeling? And those things you're really feeling, if you said to your friend, I feel sad and hurt that you were going to play with me, we made a plan, and now you're not including me in your play, then your friend is going to react differently than if you say, I hate you, and you push them. And it would probably go better if you dug a little deeper and found out what's beneath my anger before you spoke to your friend. So when you're feeling a big feeling like anger, that's not really the time to talk it out. That's the time to use some of those tools that we talked about before and to kind of dig underneath and find what's underneath, what's hiding underneath all that anger, and what other feelings are there. And those are the ones that we want to express to people and tell people and help ourselves figure out why we're having that great big feeling on the outside. All right, my friends, that's it for today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. I'm certainly missing my eagles these days, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye.